Mom? Hi guys. Morning. How was the show last night?
I heard it was good.
I heard it was great. I'm sorry I missed it, but I do want to have a little explanation. I'm feeling a little unwell, so wash your hands after you see me. Give me a hug. I mean it. I've been a little, I don't think I'm dying, but I woke up in the middle of the night feeling pretty crummy, so I figured I'd get my rest, so I'd be nice and prepared for you guys. I missed Mom, I missed Dad.
Well, you were with your real mother.
I was actually with my real mom.
Bit of an excuse there.
That's right. What was so funny is they just finally met JDM yesterday. It didn't occur to me that, I was like, yeah, it's Jensen.
Yeah.
Like, oh, we had never met him. So, yeah, my dad walks up, he's like, all right, he's about my height. That's pretty good. I don't think he expected it. Who's first time? Welcome, guys.
Nice.
Welcome to Craziness.
Who is from Las Vegas? So then, for the rest of you, who's up?
Really?
This guy's up.
I know. Yeah, I had a really lucky time the other day. You guys are good luck. I love playing blackjack and poker. I'm not a slot machine player because I always lose in slot machines. But I was like, oh, whatever, I'm gonna go play a slot machine because I'm feeling lucky. And I put a machine in, and the thing started going off. I was like, $11,000. I was like, nice. And then they came and handed me a tax receipt. Not a word of a lie. They're like, okay, here, sign this. My dad, who's a retired accountant, is like, you're gonna have to pay tax because they're gonna send that to the IRS. So, I was like, wah, wah, wah.
And then I just walked up to the blackjack dealer and just gave her several $100 and walked away.
We always,
what's the point wasting my time? I'm awful.
You really do an awful lot.
I'm the worst. I just don't gamble. I've learned, I can read the universe is telling me something and I'm listening loud and clear.
Yeah, it's very abundantly clear. Yeah, he's like, no. It's like, come on, man. I win the majority of times I come to Las Vegas. He's like, I never win. I was like, come on, we'll sit down. I'll teach you blackjacks and cards and stuff like that. Sure enough, we sit down. It's like, oh, everybody wins. Jensen loses. Yeah, it's like everybody gets blackjack. Jensen has like 16. Dealer's showing you 10. It's like, hit, bust. So I felt bad, but it's all right. Excited to have the show back on Wednesday. Very, very cool. It's been too long. I feel like I missed the show.
Somebody give me some Purell.
That's right. Yes, actually, you should have Purell. Purell, I guess.
Smearing germs with more germs.
It's like I washed your...
I know, that's exactly where my head went. Don't ask. Don't ask. So we were talking about something backstage just a minute ago, and I believe it was about right here that the mom and dad Winchester saw each other for the first time since the pilot. Last night, for those of you who weren't here last night, are like, what? Yeah,
It's me.
Yeah, Sam and Jeff had not seen each other since shooting the pilot, and that was like the reunion on stage.
And it was told to me in such a way where I think maybe Cliff mentioned it. He's like, yeah, at the end, Sam Smith gets on stage, and I'm like, Sam Smith is a fan of Supernatural? Because in my mind, when it's a Sam Smith, it's like, does he know Gil or something? Like, what's going on?
Now he's singing on stage. It's like,
what's his relation to?
In Seattle, we're having John Legend. It's gonna be
Cornell. Awesome. Now, before we waste too much of you guys' time, let's take some questions or some comments. I see somebody right there. You'll be next because that was a nice jump. But first,
hi guys.
Hi.
How are you?
Good.
tired.
Yes, me too. But it was worth it. So Jensen, I actually have something for Danil from all of us. We know her birthday's coming up in a few days, and a few months ago.
Yeah, reminder.
Thank you.
ago, we had fans send in messages for her, and we received hundreds of messages from fans in over 30 different countries. And we put them all together into this book, and it would just mean the world to us if you would pass that along to her, so she knows how much your supernatural family loves her.
Very cool. Yes.
We just said happy birthday.
Now remember, make sure you tell Daniil that you did that.
Yeah, I'm gonna be like, listen, this is what I've spent the last 12 months doing. Compiling everything. That's awesome, thank you.
Very cool. The jumper. There was a jumper over there. It was like a spring. It was like a Top Gun ejector seat.
Yes. Before I ask my question, can I just say, it's not a wig.
It's not a wig.
And no pressure, but I kind of live and breathe for your answer to this, guys. So just saying. What do you think Sam and Dean would be like if they had a little sister who had grown up on the road with them? What would she be like? How would the interaction
Jensen?
be?
Do we have a medical team in the facility?
There's a doctor in the house.
How do you think she would be? Is that what you asked?
I think she'd be pretty tough. I think she'd be kind of a badass. Jensen and I both have little sisters. Some of y'all met my little sister. Really, thank you for the support.
Not so little anymore. They both turned 30 this year.
Yeah, crazy. I think she'd be pretty tough. She'd probably be sick of her older brothers, and they're bickering. So maybe one day, maybe we'll find out we have a sister.
Yeah, basically like Ronda Rousey, I think. Is, for those who know. Yeah, she'd be a good Winchester. Yeah, I just because this is, I don't want you to pass out, you know, and go to the hospital. I think that probably what Joe was the closest thing that the brothers had to a little sister. I'm getting there. And you know, she was already kind of, you know, tough with the shotgun wielding thing. I'm talking about Joe. But I think really, if you look at the relationship that was established with Charlie, that's a good indication. Because here's someone that had never probably gotten in a fight, had never held a gun, had never done any of that stuff, and now she's, you know, full badass. So I don't like to take responsibility for her being a badass, but I'd like to think that we helped.
Yeah, Charlie's awesome, but I think she's less of a sister. For the guys out there that have little sisters, there's a certain protection that guys give for their little sisters. I don't think.
Well, I know Dean does. Dean feels very protective of Charlie.
Yeah, I think Sam and Charlie are kind of like more teammates than brother sister.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
Yes. Yeah. Just yell.
You better been Hulu.
So this is my first full con experience, so I'm sorry if this has been asked before. But Jensen, I was wondering if you ever, in your experiences as a dad, have ever, in having to change diapers or anything, like just...
You didn't change diaper.
like, just struck a superhero pose and gone, for justice! Because I feel like you're wasting a golden opportunity.
Somebody needs a diaper change.
That just happened.
I wish that I could have done something that cool while changing the diapers, but I'm generally either trying to hold down my breakfast, or I'm humming some Disney tune to quiet her and calm her down, because I'm fairly certain that Disney's found some sort of there's some sort of a pitch or subliminal, it's a tranquilizer, essentially, for my child. But our pediatrician, when we first, the very first time that the pediatrician came, he was a at the hospital during the delivery thing. So he comes over and he does his little, inspection. And he turns to me and he goes, well, finally there's a little justice in the world.
And then he goes, boom.
And I think he did this. And from then on I was like, well, I'm never gonna top that, so I'm never gonna, but.
That would be your superhero catchphrase. That would be for justice.
For justice. For justice. We call her JJ, so it's actually still weird for somebody to be like, oh, hi, Justice. Like, who are you talking to? Yeah, but that's,
J-Bird.
Thank you guys.
I'm gonna do that now, just so you know. Once I get that final strap on, I'm gonna be like, for justice.
You need to do it at a restaurant. Be like, my wife will have a Diet Coke, I'll have a beer, and we'll have a water for justice. Let's go over here. We haven't seen anybody. There's somebody who has their hand up. Right? Yeah, you've had your hand up for a little bit.
Hi.
Hi.
So a couple years back, I was actually in a 10-minute play, and my character got murdered by a killer clown, believe it or not. So my question is, with throughout the whole series, in any of the creatures or situations you've been in, have you ever had to face one of your real-life phobias?
Oh. We haven't had an episode about bears yet, so I don't bears freak me out. I don't know, real life phobia.
Dolls.
Oh, that was weird, yeah.
I don't like dolls.
That's not true.
What, Playthings, right?
Is it?
Playthings
Playthings, yeah.
was the episode, and it's the antique dolls that creep me out. It was funny when JJ got her first doll that was, the one that what are they called?
I don't know.
American, yeah, you do.
No, I don't.
Yeah, you got two sons, what are they called?
Dolls.
American Girl. I don't think it was one of those, but anyway, it was like that.
Horseplay.
But it's the eyes that close. I don't like that at all. And I knew that my daughter and I were kindred spirits when she took the doll and just started like stabbing the eyes and like scratching them, and I'm like, that's it, girl, you just rip those eyes out. I hate them too. Yeah, so having to do Playthings, I didn't like the set of that because they really got some creepy looking dolls for that set. I walked in, I'm like, ugh.
And I don't know if this is weird, but I actually loved clowns as a kid. I loved clowns. Like, we have a really creepy video of me sitting on my clown bed sheets. I swear to God, my mother, if she's here, will vouch. But I'm just like surrounded by my clown dolls and like sitting there. It's my third birthday, and it's I got that big belly because I've had like cake and stuff. And sitting there like saucer eyeballs. I loved clowns. It wasn't until I grew up and like read about John Wayne Gacy and stuff that clowns kind of started freaking me out.
Stephen King's It.
Yeah.
That messed me up. American Horror Story.
Oh yeah, horseplay. Let's go to the front row over here.
A unit of measure.
What our last name would be if it was a unit of measure?
And Jared totally ruined it because he said the Padalecki would be happiness. Jensen, I'm going to give you a second chance on that one. What would be the apples?
If you were as a unit of measure,
Yeah.
it's like low-hanging fruit.
Keep it G-rated, please.
Heat.
Kelvins.
There's Kelvins, and then there's apples.
Would you plural? Would it be apples is or just apples?
Just apples.
Yeah. Let's go right here.
49 apples.
So that's too hot. That's too hot.
Hot. Easy.
That's good number.
So this is for Jensen, mainly because
I just answered it. Hot. Heat.
last night was
I've been to a lot of concerts, and last night was absolutely amazing. And not only because of what was happening on stage, but because of what was happening off stage as a result of what was happening on stage. And
What was happening off stage?
Mosh pit?
well, no, just like the feeling that you got from the audience and
Oh, yeah.
the sense of family. And it was
Yes.
like, as cheesy as that sounds, it really was what we
Very
felt
true.
last night. And so I was wondering if, without trying to back yourself into a corner, would that be something that you'd be willing to do again? Because it was amazing.
I mean, look, the Loud and Swing guys and the other folks that were coming up here and performing and stuff, I only witnessed it for the first time, last month in Phoenix. We decided to stop by because we kept hearing all these, oh, it's so cool, you gotta come and check it out. It's like, yeah, whatever. No, but we finally did. It was like, wow, this is really great. And then they kind of pulled me into committing to doing something there, and I was like, yeah, maybe, we'll test it out. Maybe see Vegas or something. And of course, Richard didn't let that go. So they roped me into doing that, and yeah, it is. There's an energy that exists when music and a band is being played and an audience is right there with them, and it's very cool. I might do it again. I don't know. A lot of times we fly in on Saturdays, and because we're working late Fridays, and sometimes we're just gotta go get some sleep and to be here for you guys in the morning on Sundays. So, but yeah, I'd like to. It was a lot of fun.
Well, I hope you do. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Yes.
I won't take up time, but again, thank you for last night. It was...
Whoa! Yes.
You're welcome.
Seriously, we were a few of us...
The apple's just raised in here.
Wait, what?
Actually, a few of us did say we kind of needed cigarettes and chocolate, so it kind of appropriate. I just had a really quick question about the photo that you took with Misha, the sunset photo, where you were jumping in the air. Wondering how many takes that took, because it looked like you were pulling a perfect Baryshnikov. And I'm wondering how many times you had to jump to get that pose, and the sunset was perfect. The follow-up photo with the sunset was perfect. Were you just waiting for it, or?
Yeah, all day. We sat there, and it was a taster's choice moment.
Misha and Jensen often in between takes just start jumping up and down. So someone just happened to see the sunset behind them and took the picture.
No, we were shooting. If you had, from the camera's perspective, if you had turned around, there was an old farmhouse that we were filming at, literally right across the road. And so I looked across, and Misha and I were talking, and they were setting up another shot. But just right across the road, there was a berm there, and that berm went up and then down, and there was I think it was the mouth. Where's Cliffy? Was it Fraser? It was the Fraser River. So it was the Fraser River going out into the sea. And there were a bunch of people up there, like, taking pictures. The sun was starting to set behind Vancouver Island, and it was really beautiful. And I was like, what's everybody taking pictures of up there? So we walked over there and we saw, like, oh wow, this is great. And so I just put my arm around Misha and I said, we should like tweet a Taster's Choice moment right now. He's like, all right. So we took the picture, and then somebody walked down back onto the road. So from the road's perspective, you're kind of looking up, and all you can see were just silhouettes standing on this hill. With the sun in the background, setting in the background. And so some people started taking pictures of like these silhouettes. There was about 6 or 7 people standing up there, some of the crew, and then I asked, who was it? Who took that photo? Was it you? Right. So anyway, if you've got an iPhone, when you take a picture, you know that you can do the rapid fire. you just hold the thing, it takes like 16 burst pictures. So that's all we did. We jumped once. We just happened to pick the one, or Misha did actually, pick the one where I looked like a ballerina. So, thanks a lot for that. Good. Thank you. You can pick.
Right here in the middle.
Right in the middle.
Hi, first of all, Jensen, I have no voice. I just want to say you have a beautiful voice. It was amazing yesterday. It was epic. I've also heard that at VegasCon you did a little demonstration of a hula hoop. And I was wondering if you guys can do that for the people who weren't there.
Well,
If you wouldn't mind.
there's a necessary key element to the booth.
I know, but you have it then.
And it's these guys.
Oh,
So
man.
maybe later this afternoon,
Cool.
if they strike up that beat, I can't, you know.
We need a company.
Sometimes I just can't help myself.
And we don't mind, believe me.
Yeah. Like one of the security guards in Phoenix was like, man, I think you could have just done that hula hoop dance the entire time and everybody had been fine with it. Yes, over here. Hi.
Did you?
To tell us a little bit more about your Always Keep Fighting campaign and your so I really want to know more about it and what inspires you and everything.
So it's not a short answer, but I think I've had a lot of both experiences with friends in the past, and I've had some tough times myself in the past. And it certainly wasn't about me and my issues. It was more for people who don't feel like they necessarily have the support that I know that I have, that I feel that I have. And I mentioned in an interview that we had been filming. This was season 3. We were shooting like the Christmas episode, and I had this really kind of like maybe it was a panic attack. I don't know what it was, but the doctor came and told me, he's like, I think you're clinically depressed. And I was like, that doesn't make any sense. I have a TV show, I've got friends, but it just, it doesn't, not everybody who struggles with these issues looks the same or acts the same or comes from the same background or is rich or poor, or tall or short or fat or skinny. And so just most recently with my longtime stand-in, when he lost his bout with depression, it kind of all fell into place. And we had seen, Stephen had kind of told both of us that there was this great company and they were helping raise money and awareness for causes, and it all kind of made sense. So thanks, guys. It's going really well. It's really awesome. And the amount of people, both fans and public figures and friends and people that even I would have never thought maybe dealt with these things have been like, hey man, thank you, because hopefully this is starting to destigmatize these issues that really need to be talked about. You say you have cancer and you're not embarrassed, it's not your fault, but you say you're depressed or you're dealing with some suicidal thoughts or self-harm and you feel like there's something wrong with you. So hopefully it's getting out there and we're changing that. Let's go a few rows back. There are a couple hands next to each other. Y'all fist fight to see who can. No. Good morning.
My question is, ball fondling and other assorted shenanigans aside, what is the
Ball fondling. Is that what you said? What am I missing?
Yeah, because Visha's always talking about that, but that
Oh,
and other assorted,
I thought it was fondling. I was like this.
well, he calls it fondling.
It's the last sunset picture I take with him.
I didn't feel anything, so I don't know.
What is the acting dynamic like for you, Jared and Jensen, to work with Misha and Mark Shepard doing more extensive Sam and Castiel, Dean, and Crowley scenes during seasons 9 and 10?
We just got to pick up a lot of the slack, Someone's laughing. Shepard as much as I hate to admit it, Shepard's a pretty decent actor, but when Misha's on set, we really gotta kind of get on it. No, it's been a lot of fun. I think if you don't, this is one of those situations and positions where if you don't really get along with somebody, I think it's really difficult to work well together. Even though our characters are at odds with Crowley, you can tell everybody enjoys each other. You know, there's something there where it becomes easy to work with them and exciting to bounce stuff back and forth. And I remember the end of season 8 when I had like 5 straight days of staring at Mark Shepard, which is tough, which was like a little private hell. No, it was fun, but they're both very solid actors, and we have a great time. And a lot of the times we do scenes, and they're fun scenes, and they're light, and not a big deal, but sometimes it's very intense. And that's when you really want to kind of trust the other person, that they've done their work.
What?
Huh? Were you talking about the ball font?
Mark as Dean and Crowley having those more scenes together.
Yeah, there's a reason that that Misha and Mark are the only other series regulars on the show, and there's a comfortability that comes with working with somebody that does a few things. One, that is easygoing on set. They have a good time doing what they do, but they're also professionals as far as when it comes to knowing their lines, having their characters down, hitting their marks, and being all around kind of professional actors when the cameras are rolling. But then when the cameras are off, being professional goofballs, and that's kind of something that he and I have made very apparent over the past 10 years, is that when we need to snap into action, we do it, and then as soon as they yell cut, it's back to having a good time. Because we spend too much time together to not enjoy each other's company when the cameras aren't rolling and when they are rolling. So,
I forget who you're talking about. There have been a few occasions where we have a guest star and they're on set and we're kind of joking and laughing and the cameras are starting to roll, the kid roll sound and we're making jokes and laughing. And they're laughing like, action! And Jensen and I break into the scene and the guest star is like, wait, we were all just laughing. Wait a second, I need a second. They're like, what? Come on. So,
yeah, I mean, yes, that certainly happens, but Mark and Misha are very adaptable as far as whoever they're working with, and I think he and I are as well. Whenever we have other people come in, you know, there's a comfortability there. We all work together very well, and both when the cameras are rolling and when the cameras aren't rolling, and I think that's one of the reasons that the relationship on camera works as well as it does. So.
Theoretically, I made a quilt based off one of your pictures that you own the copyright to. Would you have me arrested, especially if I give it to you?
Depends on what the picture is.
Can I show you?
Yes. What do you got?
It looks better from farther away, believe it or not.
That makes me nervous.
hey, you chose the question, right?
You're just gonna let that one lie too? It looks better from far away. Thank you. Wait a minute. Oh, wow.
You like it?
That's amazing. Did you make that?
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's Jensen and JJ. That's cool.
For justice. That is awesome. No, I hate it. That's a terrible picture. Why would you do that?
Arrest her.
That's amazing. Wow. What are you gonna do with that?
Give it to you.
Wow, right. Perfect. It'll keep me warm on the plane ride home tonight. That's awesome. Our on-set costumes crew person, Kelly, she made JJ a blanket, and it was all the Frozen characters, because My daughter's not even 2, and she's obsessed with Frozen. And like she can't not have that blanket with her in bed now. So when she outgrows that, which hopefully will be like next week, I'll introduce that blanket. Thank you. What's that? Do I know all the words to Frozen? Yes.
Hi.
I know they work, huh?
Yeah. I was wondering, most of the seasons have some like song lyrics or something in the beginning of the titles. Did black have anything to do with Pearl Jam?
Oh, that's a good question. I don't know, I think it's probably, unfortunately, I think it's probably more about your eyeballs.
Probably. They did that a lot in the earlier seasons, and they kind of got away from doing that. I think Sarah got away from doing that.
Maybe.
So yeah, they haven't done it in a while. I don't think that had anything to do with the Pearl Jam song.
We can believe it did, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, rock on.
It's my favorite Pearl Jam song.
It's a good one.
Yeah.
Yes.
Hi.
Oh, thank you. I just want to say as a fan, it is so wonderful to whatever interview or article, blogger that has visited your set and has seen you guys, you know, in action and how you treat people. Your cast, I mean, your crew, your cast, everybody says that you guys are just wonderful to everybody on set and to everything. I just want you guys to really know how, as a fan, it just thrills my heart, you know, to hear that all the time.
It means that.
It's cost us a lot of money
Yeah.
to pay that many people off to say that.
We're hiding it really well.
But it's working. No, that's very cool, and it's, you know, that there's a. I don't even think. I mean, I think that we can constantly tell each other how fortunate and lucky we are to be in a position that we're in and to do what we do on a day-to-day basis. So to hear people observe that is, you know, is a great compliment for us, and it inspires us to keep being and doing what we're doing and how we're doing it. So thank you. Last one.
There's a shaking hand in the back.
Last one.
She might just be waving.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I'm so excited to be here. Over the years, Supernatural has had a lot of really excellent guest stars. So if you personally got to choose someone to come on the show as a guest star, who would it be and why?
To come back or to come on the show?
No, just anyone.
No,
They could
some-
come back, or if you could just pick a person to come to the Supernatural set and be a guest star, who would you have come on?
I think it'd be fun to have Daniil on.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I'm over here going like, Robert Downey Jr. would be fun. But, I mean, Daniil.
I was thinking
The obvious answer.
David Duchovny or Gillian Anderson. With all of the current stuff that's going on between Misha and
Shatner.
Have Bill come on.
Great. That would be great. You know what? It's fun to see. I think it's fun to see. I don't want to say like genre crossovers, but it's fun to see other people from this genre, from the science fiction or from the thriller or horror genres, come over and play. So yeah, Shatner would be a lot of fun. I wonder if he can. I wonder if he signed on to something. Orlando Jones would be great, but he signed on to something, right? So you can't do 2 TV shows at once. Sarah Gellar? Yeah, we'd have to duck though, because she's so small. We'd have to duck anyways. Mel? Yeah. I read, a fan wrote a crossover episode, I don't imagine she's here today, but a fan wrote a crossover episode for Arrow and Supernatural and gave it to me in Phoenix, and I read it. I was like, that's fun, that's cool. Y'all don't like each other.
We don't like each other?
Butting heads. I have to.
Oh, Dean
and Oliver.
Who?
Error.
Who?
Stephen Amell.
Oh. Well, there is, I mean, it's already crossed over. I mean, is it Ruby over there?
That's right.
The
vessel,
the
original
old
vessel.
Ruby?
Superhero. I think that's it, guys.
I don't want to go. Let's just keep talking. I'll just come backstage with us and we'll just hang out.
Let's go take over the
Forget the autographs and the pictures and stuff. Let's just all hang out and have lunch together. One of these days, we're just gonna all walk out of here and get on a bus and go do something.
Be a huge bus. I'm not kidding. We need to have like a show watching party.
But don't worry, ladies, not today. They're all going, I'm not coming to work that day. Not gonna happen.
Thank you guys.
All right, thank you guys very much. We'll see y'all again.